All right, so our patient here today is Bruce Wayne. He has low back pain. He notes that his pain is primarily on his right side in his low back, that it radiates down to his right butt. He has problems with prolonged standing and walking, but his pain eases when he sits down. He says he has difficulty with squatting and lifting heavy objects from the ground. And he likes working on his Batmobile, but he finds it difficult. He has decreased lumbar extension range of motion with pain, but it improves anytime he bends forward. He has weak trunk flexors, extensors, and his hip strength is decreased. And he has decreased lumbar lordosis, and he has poor pelvic control. All right, Bruce. Today, what we're gonna do is, since you said you have pain going to extension, we're gonna address you bending forward. 'Cause I know you said that's where you get your least amount of pain.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also since you have the poor stability in your pelvis, we're also gonna address that too with this exercise. So here, what I want you to do, we're gonna stay in this position right here. I don't want you to move forward. You just here with the stool, and we're just gonna go ahead and move those hips forward. So with that, I don't want you to move your back. I don't want you to move your chest. We're just moving at the hips. So I want you to bring that belly button and bring it towards this table here, okay? And we're really just trying to emphasize those hips moving forward, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to hold that position right there. And now what I want you to do, put your hands on top of this pillowcase. And we're just gonna address like you just bending forward. So I want you to go ahead and bring that towel out to the left side, just like that. In this position right here, since you said that pain is more on the right side, we're just gonna go and stretch out the right side, holding this for 60 seconds. We're gonna do it 2 times and come right back out. Same thing, we're gonna go to the right now, just like that. Same thing, we're gonna stretch out the left side now. And we're gonna do 2 sets of 60 seconds. And we're just gonna go and do this exercise in a pain-free. So anytime you feel pain, I want you to come off it just a little bit because this should be pain-free, okay?
Okay.
And we're gonna do this exercise 4 to 5 days a week.
Next exercise we're going to be doing here, you said it's comfortable to be in a seated position, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's okay leaning forward?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to try to address some of the radiating pain you have along the back and kind of along to the right side there. So we're going to be doing some nerve glides, keeping you in this position because obviously it's more comfortable for you, but we can progress it as we need to. But what we're going to be doing first is I want you to, as you're sitting there, to put your hands behind your back. And if any of this gives you any pain at all, just let me know. We can change it up a little bit, but you let me know. Hands behind the back, I want you to kind of slouch over in front of you. And with this, we can start with either foot, but we're gonna do 1 foot at a time. So I want you to point the toes up towards the sky. And then I want you to extend up the leg. Perfect. So once you're up there, I want you to point the toes downward and then go ahead and bring it back to where you were in the beginning. Okay? You should kind of feel that radiating along the side there. Is there any pain at all with that?
Nope.
Cool. So we'll go up there. You can go nice and slow. You don't have to hold it or anything specifically, but toes pointed up, go up, point down as you go down. Perfect. We're going to try for about 3 sets of 10 on each side, as long as it's comfortable to you. You can go 10, 10, 10, 10, or whatever is better to you, or 30 on each side, but maintaining that slouch posture, hands behind the back, because you should feel it a little bit more, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do 3 sets of 10 on each side. We're going to try to do this about 5 times a week, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Bruce, so now for this middle phase of activities, we're going to be progressing into more, some strengthening activities. So specifically, we're going to be strengthening up some of the muscles you use to like stand and walk around. So hamstrings, glutes, and some of the extensors there. But we're going to try to keep it comfortable while laying down here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some bridges. So while we're doing this activity, I want you to be keeping your core tight. And so for this, I want you to imagine you're blowing out a birthday candle to where your belly button kind of draws into the table and you're keeping your core nice and tight, but you're not really sucking in or anything like that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping that contraction there. Make sure you're able to breathe while you're doing it. But when we're doing bridges, I want you to hold this. You can move your feet a little bit closer to you. I want you to keep them pretty separated, maybe about hip width apart, just for some stability. And what you're going to be doing is we're going to be lifting up your torso to where as you come up here, I want your hips and your trunk to be in kind of one straight line, okay? Just lifting your trunk, yeah, perfect, just up to the ceiling there. You can go back down real quick. So keeping the core tight. As you get up to the top there, I want you to kind of squeeze your butt muscles together too. Hold that for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then slowly come back down as well, okay? Perfect. Back down. Any pain at all with that? Sick. So we're gonna try to do this for about 2 sets of 15. If you can, about 3 to 4 times a week, as long as you're not in pain with it, okay?
Okay. All right, Bruce. So for this little middle phase exercise, what we're gonna have you do here is just since you said you have like kind of trouble prolonged standing for long periods of time, just exercise here is to strengthen up those glutes, really those your butt muscles to help you maintain that upright posture while walking and just doing exercises while you're just going out throughout your day. So here it's just this one exercise is called just a trunk, a hip or a hip extension exercise. So here, what I want you to do is keep that leg straight, but I want you to keep your trunk, your whole chest upright, and I want you to keep your abs more contracted, hold, like really kind of exciting that stomach, but I want you to breathe while doing the whole exercise, okay? Okay. So keep that leg straight and just bring that leg back, just like that. And this is our TheraBand here. Normally we'll have a regular TheraBand, but we're using the little sheet. Just like that. Any pain here? Nope. All right, you can go ahead and relax there. So this exercise, I want you to do it 4 times, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do 4 sets, and we're gonna do 8 times each set. Okay? We're gonna do it 3 days a week. Okay. All right.
Okay, so Bruce, one of the last activities we're gonna be doing is we're actually be doing some Supermans. I know, sore subject. But what we're gonna be doing is I want you to be laying down like you are. We're gonna be focusing on some endurance stuff for these extensors in the back here, okay? So as long as you're comfortable, I'm gonna have you laying with your face in the hole here, with your arms just at your side of the start, okay? So for this, all I want you to do is I want you to try your best to work these muscles in the back and try to lift off your chest from the table. Hold that for 5 seconds best you can, okay? Hold, hold, hold. Go ahead, relax. Okay, any pain at all with that? Nope. Okay, so we're gonna try to do this holding for 5 seconds, doing about 20 of these a day, just for like 3 times a week actually, but the main point of this is to work out those extensors in your back to try to help with your standing ability and try to get rid of some of the pain that you have there with this newfound increased range of motion in there, okay? Yeah.
All right, Bruce. Here, I know we had already tried the sit to stands, and now we're just going to progress you a little bit more to where you can start picking up objects from the floor, as well as just squatting in general. I know you said that's the most difficult you have. So here, what I want you to do, we want to keep those legs about shoulder width apart, and I want you to hold the weight, dumbbells, about 10 pounds. How does that feel? Not too light, not too heavy? Pretty good. Yep, and we'll just hold that right at your chest. And here, when we're coming up, I don't want you going too far forward with that trunk lean. I want you to just kind of keep that trunk right above your knees, okay? So as we're coming up, just holding that there, perfect. And as we're coming down, all I want you to do is lightly touch the mat, then come right back up, okay? I don't want you to go down to a full seat, just touch, right back up, just like that. And as we're coming up, I want you to go ahead and just squeeze those glutes, okay? Because all we're doing here, we're going to work on those glutes, as well as the quads and your hip extension, so these muscles right in the back, and your knee extensions muscles, just like that. So we're going to do 3 sets of 12, and we're going to do this 3 days a week, okay?